is gone.
Wouldn't it be so funny if there was a player named Jest? Because the Koreans would not know which one you're talking about if you said Jest. Because Zest is Jest in Korean because they don't have a Z sound, they use a J.
It would be Jest.
And then it would be Jest and Jest. And one would be Zest and one would be Jest, but they would pronounce them both the same way.
I'm pretty sure to distinguish between the two, they'll just say the Korean names and just avoid the hassle.
Yeah, that's true. But what about, you know, at the GSL, they have the, you know, you announce the names and stuff, the Zeratul, you know?
Do you remember when there was two players called, was it Ragnarok? No, Shine. There was TSL Shine and the Samsung Shine, and it got really confusing. Look at the brackets because there was always two Shines on there, and they both played Zerg, which was really annoying. So
that's true. Maybe the other Jess could play like Terran or Zerg or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really curious, like how pro gamers these days pick their IDs because they always play on barcode, right?
Yeah.
So when they join a pro team, how do they pick their ID?
I mean, it's an ID. You have to think about something that's going to represent you for any
it's gonna stick for the rest of your life.
Unless you change it a million times, like Prion.
Or was it Forte?
Salvation, Forte. Yeah. I don't know what his next name is going to be. I like to think they just think of a random English word that sounds good, some noun or something, and then they just use that, you know, like zest. Or Salvation. I thought Salvation was good. Or Stork, yeah. That's kind of a weird one when you think about it, but I mean, he's a legend, so it's hard to think of it as too weird. But either way, we are going to jump into our TVT. It's going to be Bunny versus TY. You can see TY has exactly a million more games than Bunny has played in Pro League. And you can see that, right, TKR? It says it up there at the top.
Yes. Those are a lot of 100s there, but we can see this Pentagon as well. It's quite favored in TY. So, but
look at that puny Pentagon there in the middle. So sad.
And even this record as well. I'm still like wondering, why is there color there when they've got 0 wins?
No idea.
Shouldn't that just be all red?
Maybe they want to represent the color of CJ, I don't know. And say like, hey, you know, it's not just TY. I don't know. You'd have to ask the producers, but I definitely agree with you. Either way, 7-0 here for TY, no surprise. TY was able to take out Alive in one of the craziest games we've had in Pro League. And Alive definitely doing a bit better than Bunny is right now, so.
Yeah, as we see here, both players, actually we're going to get right into this game here. Game 4 here on Prion Terraces. Bunny against TY.
Up here in the top left, in the red, the Terran player, it is Bunny. And down here in the bottom right, in the blue, from KT Rolster, it's TY. Drinking some Picari Sweat, no doubt.
I saw a Hot 6 as well there.
Oh. I'm like, okay.
No, you always associate KT with Picari Sweat, right, because of Flash.
Yeah.
Actually, I was watching Flash's stream yesterday on Afrika, and he had like a mini bar fridge behind him.
Yeah.
And it was just filled with nothing but Picari Sweat.
That doesn't surprise me
and
at
there's
all.
Like, no, the funniest thing was that there's like 1 can of Heineken in there as well. It's like the most random thing you'd expect from Flash.
So 1 can of Heineken.
Heineken as well. It wasn't like Hyde or Cass or anything like that. So
yeah, well, now we know what
beer Flash drinks.
Yeah. So you guys, if you're a Flash fan, you now can only drink Heineken.
Yes.
Or you're not a real fan unless you drink Heineken. So we've declared it now. Look at this. 2 barracks from TY.
I'm not surprised here. I mean, you have to consider how Prion Terraces works with that the gold base there.
Mm-hmm.
Allows you to pump a lot more barracks out, allows you to pump more Marines out, and we're going to probably see a lot of Marine-heavy-based armies here from both players. I don't think we've seen much TVT on this map. It's mainly been ZVZ and ZVT. Yeah,
he is going to go Reapers instead. Does have that gas out here. Is only going to go for 2 barracks for now. Not going to add that 3rd one just yet, but is going to put on that pressure. He's got his nice little Macarax that Bunny is not going to scout, in fact.
He did.
Oh.
What?
What?
Okay.
he just steps on the depot like 3 times. He's like, hey, your depot's down.
It's like one of those steps where it just makes a sound and then he just has to go back because that sounds so ominous.
He's like, I shouldn't go through here. So, are
we actually going to see a proxy factory here? It's patrolling that gold base. Obviously, it's up to something, but the question is, what something is it up to?
Could just be hiding it for now. Looks like he's going to bring it over here. Could try to throw down some bunkers, I suppose. I mean, he's going to have a bunch of Reapers coming out here. He's going to save him, in fact, for now. He's going to slowly pump him out. He's just going to use this STV for scouting, in fact.
Oh, a nice move there with that mine there from the Bunny's Reaper.
The Bunny Hop mine there.
Bunny Hop mine.
Does get the scout on the CC. So, pretty nice scout there. TY still just banking up as many Reapers as possible. It's almost like he's baiting Bunny into attacking, and then he's going to try to jump on these units. Yeah. But Bunny not going to go for it.
If he catches Bunny out, then with minimal Reaper loss, of course, then we could see him just move in and wreak too much damage. Because you've got to remember at this early start of the game, there's not really that many production facilities to work with. So if you lose a lot of units early on, then it's really hard for you to come back. And I see the third command center from TY as well. Really bold move here from him.
Yeah, I think the Korean commentators are like, we don't know what's really going on either. TY still just sitting back at home, and Bunny is going to scout this now. He's like, what? All right, you've got a lot of Reapers, and I think he's only got 2 Marines out here. He's going to make a Cyclone.
I don't think a Cyclone is the best option against this many Reapers. Well, maybe, because the Cyclone it's an armored unit, so it's not going to take that extra light damage compared to the Hellion. Although I do think a Siege Tank would be better in this case. I know if you think the same way as well.
I don't know. I think the Cyclone's going to be okay. He's making a Viking too, which is interesting. I think he's just trying to get out a lot of units here. He's kind of going to miss, actually, the Hellions. And here come the Reapers. 7 in the pack, traveling as a group. He stopped Reaper production for now, is just making Marines. And he is still just not attacking. He's just sitting here in the middle of the map. He's going to go back with his Reapers. These Reapers have just not done anything so far.
They haven't done anything, but they've at least given him map control, especially taking his third command center behind it. He doesn't want Bunny to be moving out anytime soon to stop that third command center. And once he gets those SVs up onto that third gold base, then he's just going to have such a substantial economic advantage against Bunny here. And I don't think Bunny is actually where that third base has gone down, so this could work out well for TY here.
Yeah, I don't believe so. Let me check, actually, when he went up the ramp. He did actually see the extra command center being built, so I think he does know. Maybe he just didn't realize, because he's playing very passive, just sitting on 2 base himself, trying to get those upgrades up here, and just sitting in his base. I think he's more scared than he has to be at this point.
Yeah, I think he's just very lost of what's happening right now. He's still got those Hellions on the edge of the base because he's scared that those Reapers of TY are going to sneak in. And this is the luxury of having all these Reapers here. So
here's the Cyclone. Yeah. Not going to be fast enough to run away from the Reapers. This is what you were talking about. Even though it's armored, it's like, well, you're going to trade a Reaper for a Cyclone. That's not going to work out.
Yes. Love this army here from TY, just moving around the map, just stopping any sort of scouting here from Bunny. Bunny's in the dark except for scans.
Yeah. And I think he did use maybe 1 so far, but doesn't have the best read on what's going on here. Just making a bunch of tanks. He's definitely staying on 2 base and attempting to move out here, but these Reapers, once again, are denying the scouting. He's going to snipe a couple of these Hellions, going to get both of them, going to lose only 1 Reaper for that.
And he's using these not spider mines, these Reaper mines to zone out the Marines of Bunny, and Bunny has to move back here. He doesn't want to take those Reapers on a straight ahead fight. He does have that Medivac though, so that Medivac will help against this Reaper army.
Yeah, it doesn't look like TY has scouted that all.
Does TY even have any Marines out?
Yeah, he's got a bunch. Let me check exactly how many. He's got 15 to the 26 of Bunny. Not the same amount, but he is producing now 4 racks.
Oh, here comes the Medanks of TY. And if he gets a good position here on the high ground, then he could do a lot of damage to these Marines.
I love this position here from TY. He's going to get 2 shots from both tanks. And at the same time, the Reapers run in the back. You thought you could move out? No. You're playing against TY on Prion Terraces. Get back in your base, because you got to defend against the Reapers. Getting 2 SCVs, but forcing a lot of these Marines back. Uh-oh.
Whoa. That was really close there from TY. Those Medanks could have been.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to say Medanks for the rest of this cast.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Okay.
I like the new name, personally.
Oh, man, these Medanks.
Well, here's a nice drop. There's not much back here to defend for TY. Oh, well, here are all the Marines, but going to force a big pull on that natural, at least. And now he's going to try to get these tanks in position, possibly, towards the bottom of the ramp.
All these Marines are, like, at the back of the mineral line, and if Bunny gets a good position here below the ramp, maybe he can exploit the fact that all these Marines are back here and get a good position in.
Ooh, the medevac just barely survives, but again, just trying to pull TY back into that base. TY's got some tanks here, but I think Bunny's going to try to break the ramp.
As you see, it's Bunny trying to break through this ramp here, but I think there's just a lot of more Marines here that Bunny can deal with right now. Tanks there placed on the upper ground at his main base, TY that is.
Yeah, look at these tanks. They're not in range, in fact. Finally shelling at one of those, but look at this, the orbital is going to go down now. And these Marines on the right side are behind the mineral line, denying all the mining.
And it looks like TY is going with his SAVs trying to take out these tanks, but nice movement there from Bunny with those medevacs trying to get those siege tanks back there on the lower ground. And look at the supply difference here, 30 or so supply for Bunny, and TY's in a very hard position.
He doesn't have much mining at all now. I mean, finally, we do see these Marines from the back being pushed out by one nicely placed tank over there south, but he's lost the orbital, and Bunny has just done so much damage.
Yeah, really nice timing there from Bunny, seeing the fact that he managed to catch TY off guard with his army here, and nice drop here at the back of TY and his main base, and
just 3 Marines. That's all you need to pull back some of these Marines.
And he can trade at this point because he's got the supply lead.
Yeah. TY getting a nice position there with his tanks. He has a counter drop coming over here. Dropping, in fact, at the 3rd base. I suppose he thought, well, hold that thought, there is a drop coming in here. Going to snipe the tank. The repair too late.
Nice
Bunny
move
just
there
getting
for
more
Bunny,
damage.
Yeah. I think more and more as this game goes on, and it's going to be harder for TY to break through those siege tanks. If we look at the unit count, there are 8 tanks from Bunny compared to, I think it was like 3 of TY, and it's getting to the point where Bunny just has way too many tanks compared to his opponent.
I love this drop, by the way. He's cutting off so many reinforcements, just fighting against these Marines that don't have a medevac with a medevac of his own. Does buy him some space, and he's going to try to break the ramp. Now look at all the tanks though on the bottom here. He's not going to be able to snipe all these tanks, loses a couple of his own, and that is not going to work, TY.
Oh, but you see here, those tanks are so low HP. If TY gets lucky and he manages to drop some Marines on there, he could kill those tanks off just like a click of the click of your finger.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what he's going to try to do.
Here we go.
In here, boosting. Two of them going down immediately.
Luckily for Bunny, he did unsiege. He did lose 2 tanks though, so I don't think if he didn't unsiege in time, then it could have been a lot worse there. And he bought those SCVs there to repair, which is a really nice move there from Bunny.
Yeah, and now TY once again trying to move out here. Just outside the scan range, though, are a bunch of these tanks. TY does not want to drop there just yet. Gonna slowly move this one out and try to gain control of his 3rd gold base here.
Oh, unfortunately for Bunny, though, unfortunately for TY, rather, he has to deal with these Vikings of Bunny, and even these 3 Vikings, sure, it's a small number, but it's enough for Bunny to deal with the vision advantage, and he's got the air advantage as well.
Yeah, I love the addition of just 3 Vikings, you know. Really fantastic. Now the position here by Bunny to get these tanks in a line. And these units of TY now are stuck over at the 3rd base. He's floated his orbital over there, but can he defend it? That's the question. I don't think so.
As you see here, Bunny actually going in for the kill here. Stims these Marines, these tanks, shelling a lot of damage onto the Marines of TY. Look at TY's face, GG!
Bunny did it! Finally, one other player on CJ is able to win against one of the most winning players right now in all of Legacy of the Void. Fantastic game there from Bunny.
Wow, I mean, I think that's probably the biggest surprise of Pro League so far is the stacked lineup of KT Rollstar going down to CJ, and this has to be a great confidence boost for them, considering that they are sitting at the bottom of the table along with MVP.
Yeah, finally we see some smiles on those guys' faces. They were very somber before this match started, but really happy. As you can see, Hero laughing it off, finally able to get another win here. And that's got to be pretty heartbreaking for KT as well. Speed going down in his first game, TY not able to win here in a match that he was heavily favored to win, and not able to force that ace match either.
And it opens up the second place as well for Jin Air to come in and take that over. If Jin Air takes out SK Telecom, I believe it's either 3-0 or 3-1, then they do take that second place. And that bye is quite pivotal in the playoff setting.
Yeah, it definitely is. You get to play one less match, I believe, which is very, very important. And here is the result for the first match here, CJ Anthus versus KT Rollstar. Hero and Biel winning against Stats and Speed. Speed not able to win there. Zest taking the win over Hush in a close one on Dust Towers, but then Bunny with the big upset over TY. Would definitely recommend that game. Kind of a funky build that TY went to start and wasn't able to hold it off. Bunny, nice job as well, just staying on 2 base and trying to end it there. Didn't want to go into a very long game against TY either.
And I think Bunny might be MVP for this. It did take out TY.